educate this world about the environment. We're Anishinaabe, we're Indian people. They can learn from us about the respect for Mother Earth and all living things, you know, and that's what it's going back to now, right? Ecology, greening of America, protecting the environment, not having polluted air. We need to be very careful. What we do on the reservation doesn't duplicate what's been off the reservation that has damaged the environment and life. Amen, brother. Amen. But yeah, so in one of the Constitution Reform Committees, see this here? Oops, look, I'm spilling all over. Natural resources. I said, hey, why don't you put a line through that natural and resources? Don't connect the two. Otherwise, you're combining the two value systems. We believe in protecting the natural. We don't look at the natural as a resource to be exploited. You know, natural resources? Natural protection. Resources, yes, maybe, you know, but not to exploiting the natural things that are out there in nature. Shouldn't be looked upon as a dollar sign. And what about that Enbridge pipeline going through, trespassing on the land for 40 years?
Enbridge pipeline on the reservation.
I've been out there. I spent some time out there. I seen Winona LaDuke and Michael Dahl and a few other supporters coming in on horseback. I haven't seen any council people out there. You know, I go back to the takeover of the Alcatraz Island. I know what it takes to go up against the United States government and assert our treaty rights. It wasn't for any accident that I was there. It's not any accident that I stand before you guys right now running for tribal chair. I believe that everything that I've ever experienced in my life has led me to this point right now.
How would you do something about the pipeline?
Huh?
How would you challenge the U.S. on the pipeline?
When I was tribal council, I asked the tribal attorneys, why aren't you going after the trespassing over there? Why do I have to ask them? We're supposed to be directing them. We should say, you go after that right now, see what's going on. Because when my uncle Roger Jourdain started our license plates, the attorney said, oh no, ain't never gonna happen. Well, he said, you do it or you're fired. So we have to be directing our attorneys. I shouldn't have to sit there as tribal secretary and say, hey, why don't you go after this so that we can get the money from that to go after our stolen Red Lake, off of Red Lake. It's a logical, sequential kind of move, wouldn't you say? That's obvious, you know, and why aren't we using gaming? I'm all stirred up. Why aren't we using gaming money now to buy back the land as it becomes available on Upper Red Lake? Why aren't we using that money now to honor our ancestors, to say, hey, we know what they did, they ripped us off, now we're going to correct that wrong. And then go to the United States government and say, hey, Uncle Sam, you owe us for all that land that we bought, that we stole. I was standing alone up there when they wanted to do that log law in that RV park. I stood before those people, a whole mass of white people. I said, I heard you say tonight about education. I'm here to tell you about the other part of education that you don't hear in your ethnocentric schools, and that is that you're talking about building this bog walk in this RV park. I got resolutions from the Red Lake Tribal Council from 1967, where they adamantly oppose any infraction, any invasion of the bog. The bog is a peatland. It's a filter for our lake. Why aren't we standing up as tribal members, as warriors, adamantly refusing to let anybody do what our tribal council said they didn't want done? Where in the hell? Warriors, stand up. You too. We need you too.